want you to take a minute and remind yourself who the fuck you are. You're an achiever. You're a visionary. You burn the rule book and you've made your own rules. You are a powerful creator. You're worthy of an overflowing bank account. You deserve more money than you know what to do with. You're also worthy of hot sex and a life that feels like a vacation. You're a fun, bad bitch, and you're capable of having anything you want as quickly as you choose to have it, because you are a topless manifester. Welcome, I'm Cassie McKenzie, and I'm a business coach for lightworkers, coaches, and healers who are here to flip this world fucking upside down. This podcast is for visionaries like you who love to shove your crystals in your bra and laugh your way to the bank. And you're not about to let Mercury retrograde see what's possible or let a full moon take credit for your manifestations, because you have a vision for changing the world, not just inside you, but all around you. And if you're ready to see more clients, money, and freedom manifest into your business and your life at the snap of your finger, then you are in the right place. Let's go topless. Welcome back to my 30-day flow up challenge. Okay, if you don't know me already, I'm Cassie McKenzie, and I have started this 30-day challenge. So let me just tell you, what is happening with my hat here? Okay, let me tell you, it is day 3, and I know I did not make a video for day 2, so I'm combining these two, and I'm going to attempt to do a video every single day. I know we have a few like family events coming up, but even if it's just 30 seconds or a minute, I want to give you an update on how this challenge is going. And I really feel like this consistency is a huge thing. Like me personally, I want to be totally open and honest about, how do I put this? Totally open and honest about like the things that I do that kind of like self-sabotage, right? One of the things is starting something like this and then maybe not finishing it, right? Or starting it and not staying consistent, or seeing, like, here's a big one. This is like an upper limit thing. If you've ever read Gay Hendricks' book, the, what's the book called? The Big Leap, then this is a great place for you to start. Go read it. It's amazing. It changed my life. Whenever I go back and I read it again, I always get so much from it. But my upper limit thing is, and you might actually feel like you do this too, but I will set I'll like try something new out, for example, or I'll set a goal that's personal to me where I have to show up for myself. And, you know, for me, if I were to show up for other people, that's no problem. I, will not let somebody else down. However, I'll be the first to let myself down. And that's what has been a pattern of mine, where I put other people first too much and not myself, which is actually going to come up today in the notes that I want to share. But yeah, like, so for example, I may start a challenge like this, start to see the success that's there, and then back off and not see it all the way through. And so it's sort of like if it's so too successful, then what will it be? Anyway, stupid fucking mental bullshit. But anyway, this is a pattern. So these are the things that are great about challenges like this, where you start to see where your blind spots are in real time. So to combat that, I am going to make a video for every single day and get you an update. Okay, we're committing there. That's what I'd like to do. That's what I'm setting out to do in this challenge, or experiment. This is more like an experiment than a challenge, but let's get on with it. So in day 2 and day 3, and as a reminder, what I'm doing here is I am starting a 30-day experiment to get me back into the flow. Get me back into the flow of abundance, of manifestation, of intuition, getting rid of fear and things, like pushing through the fears and things, and also stabilizing my nervous system. So the focus of this challenge is really a nervous system, and doing at least one module a day, which is like 10 minutes a day of a nervous system course that I bought and am committing to because I noticed the changes immediately. I'm also committing to my meditations, visioning, and breath work, either one or the other, morning or evening, minimum 1 round a day. And I have a goal to create new belief systems and install those. And as I say that, I'm reminding myself that I did not record my affirmations or ask affirmations so that I could play them back to myself every single morning. Here is the bonus. So I have different themes every day, like what to focus on and what to write about in my journal. But the goal here is to completely see a different me at the end of this, to form new habits. I've already stopped at my drinking my Peroni beer, which I was doing every single day because I love the taste of it. And I'm not doing that anymore. Eating healthy, not like a complete overhaul of everything, but really the goal here is to get the nervous system restabilized, get out of that fight or flight mode, get some good new intuitive and mind food things going, and creating those habits. Instead of just letting life happen to me, I want to create a life that happens for me. So the things that I did over the last couple of days. So I did my course every night. Like I did my, it's like a complete full body relaxation right now, where it's just like the little micro moves to help release stored tension and release stored oh my God, what the fuck did I just say? Release stored tension and stress. Okay. And I noticed an energy shift almost immediately. Whenever I do this, I fall asleep right away. So I was doing it right at the end of the night. I have, so like the first 3 days of this course, you do the same 20-minute thing every night. So I did it last night and the night before. So tonight is the final night of doing this, and I don't have to do it at night. I can actually do it during the day as well. But, I also added in the meditation. So I did a meditation yesterday afternoon where it was like it basically like learning to quiet the mind, which I already know how to do, but I really like going back to the basics and getting, getting wrapped back into those. So I started that. I'm actually doing the Silva Method. I'm going through that 28-day challenge as well. So I'm layering these challenges to keep myself accountable so that I don't just make it through the first 3 days and then quit. You see what I'm saying? Also, I take a business action. Now, I could see this as a business action, right? Like I'm sharing my process. I'm sharing, the behind the scenes. I really want you to get to know me. I want to be able to teach you everything that I'm learning and observing over the next 30 days, especially. And you can also go to my podcast if you're not already listening to the Topless Manifester. There's like 200 episodes of shit that I did like 2-3 years ago. And I really wanted to get out of all the strategy focus singularly and really start to mirror both the strategy for business and life as well as the manifestation side of things, because to me that's super fun and it always has made me feel better, especially with all of the shit going on in the world. It's always made me feel like I have something to give, something to say, a way to help, but also a way to help my family and myself, right? So it's not just about habits. This is about like really rewiring who I'm becoming. So what I noticed in my observations, right? I noticed some limiting beliefs that were coming up, like thoughts and beliefs of like, I'm not doing enough, or my hair isn't done well enough, or I don't look the way, famous YouTubers or influencers do online. And I had, a really come to Jesus moment about that, and actually didn't realize how much of a lack mentality I have absorbed over the last few years. Like, even though a lot of people tell me, you're the most positive person I've ever met, like inside there's like still a lot of work to do there, right? There's still a lot of room for movement, especially in not so much how I view the world. So people might see that I'm positive about them or about the world, and about what's possible for everybody and my family. But when it comes to me singularly, my pattern is to let myself be last and to serve myself last and instead of first, or to stack my goals on like feel obligated to stack my goals on how it benefits the whole family instead of looking at what brings me pleasure, what makes me happy, like what's burning me out. And so one of the things that I actually decided was to, make decisions based off of like what's energetically draining me and what's giving me more life, right? So tomorrow we had plans, since the kids are off from school, to go to Disney to use our final day of our Disney passes, which is fun and all, but I didn't want to go on a Friday. I really didn't. And also, when I started to explore that a little bit, I was like, then I'm going to have to leave the doggies with daycare for like 3 days, which is not ideal. Even just going one day to Disney for the day means us doing that. Anyway, that sucks. So I started looking, and lo and behold, look, the universe provides. Disney closes at 6 tomorrow. So it was kind of fucking pointless for us to drive for 2 hours just to get there, to get settled, and to be at Disney for 9 hours, which sounds like a lot, but it's really not. Like, it doesn't give you a chance to sit down and to enjoy yourself. Plus, I love being there at night with my kids and, relaxing during the hottest part of the day, when it's the busiest. And so I figured out that next Wednesday it's actually open till 10. So we're going to do that instead. So hallelujah, praise the Lord. I'm not going to be at Disney tomorrow. Also, I started to notice one of the observations was the amount of like scroll time that I do at night. Like I really started to get addicted to, looking at reels or TikToks or whatever. And I think I might have mentioned this on day one too. Like the distraction time there, like the amount of time I spend thinking I'm entertaining myself, but really I'm just kind of freaking myself out or looking for reasons to freak myself out, which made me wonder and explore, like, is that just a way, like my nervous system and body and mind and subconscious just looking for a reason to stay in fight or flight? Could it be that that's the case, where I stay in fight or flight and I don't actually live from pleasure and desire? So it's really becoming clear what is the goal here for me, which is to anchor into more of like the pleasure and the desire in, where I'm just going to write this down in my notes, the pleasure and desire for my life, like anchoring into that. Like, life is short. I just turned fucking 47 years old. Like, it's not like I'm getting any motherfucking younger, right? So why am I living and breathing for, fucking people out there that that have the ability to live their lives too, right now, right this moment? And also, why not open up even more to the possibility of receiving even more great things, even though a lot of the people you might talk to think everything's doom and gloom, nothing's available, things are expensive, things are getting more expensive, the options are limited and stuff like that. Like, it was honestly making me feel sick to my stomach every day thinking that way. It was making me feel like I was in a cage with very little possibilities for any sort of freedom. And so I'm actually like a perfectly healthy person who's able to walk around every single day, live in a house, have a lot of things to be thankful for. I could sell my house at any moment. I can move to another area of the country I want to at any moment. I could take my job with me. I could take my business with me. And hell, if I start to talk about shit that actually matters to me online, like I'm doing right now, then I can actually quit my job and talk about just my business stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, come on now. Let's get serious here. Baby Billy would not be living for somebody else, right? And if you're a Righteous Gemstones fan, you get me there with the Baby Billy reference, all right? So go outside, nerd. I don't have time for your worthless chime-ins. That's what I'm saying to my subconscious now, okay? That is like the inner track to my subconscious. All right, the other thing I noticed is inspiration. More inspiration is flowing through. I think that actually just came through in that little rant that I went through just now. And also irritations, all right? Last night, I got irritated because little people as in my house, were being unappreciative and ungrateful. And I started to notice where I'm giving my power away. and where this is another leak, right? Another leak where I am quick to please everybody else just to keep the peace. And inside, it's draining the fuck out of me. And so creating some boundaries there, right? I made a nice dinner, a healthy dinner, and there was lots of complaining about it. We're not going to have that shit anymore, okay? No complaining. So instead of being checked out and on autopilot, I started to notice where I'm giving my power away. I started to notice things I would do and say and allow in my life where people could literally come in and take advantage of me. And I don't believe that that's any good way for anybody to live, by obligation, okay? Especially when we're raising little people. And so in this case, I've just made the decision that we need more boundaries in this house about what's allowed, what sort of ways you can speak to me, what sort of tone you can, and yelling at me is not an option. And then we can have normal, when I keep saying little, I don't think of my kids as little people at all. I think of them as like, regular sized human beings, even though they're, under 10 years old. But I think in terms of like, getting screamed at by somebody who's like 7 years old is not an option anymore. All right. And making 2 dinners just because somebody's not liking what I'm making for the night is not an option anymore either. Like, fuck that noise. No way. So I'm going to start putting myself first a lot more, or at least knowing and noticing and just being aware of it is a first step. And I can pat myself on the back for that one. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, and one of the other desires that I have is, I've noticed where my energy has been like haphazard during the day, where I haven't stuck to like a routine. And I have all these ideas of things that I want to do and all these ideas of things that I want to have be a part of this challenge, but they're not laid out, and I'm going to lay them out today. As far as like the non-negotiables and the non-negotiables for the things that I must do each day. And I want to add in exercise. Like I just want to walk like 20 minutes a day and listen to a training to get that mind food going. All right. So knock 2 birds out with 1 stone there, but have it be a nice, enjoyable walk, nothing stressful or anything like that. And then also obviously my meditation and the nervous system work and coming on here and doing a video about it, just a raw video and sharing with you what I've learned, even if it's just 30 seconds. So they're not all going to be this long. All right. That's what she said. They're not all going to be this long. However, this was for 2 days. So you're getting the update for 2 days. And also like what is going on with my shoulder here? Like what I'm noticing is I wonder if by the end of this is me just sitting here. Let me see if this works. All right, if I sit still, do you see where this shoulder is lower than this one? I wonder if that will be released by the end or if it'll look different, okay? So anyway, there we go. This is what I'm talking about. And once again, thank you so much for joining me and for being a part of this journey. I love that you're here and I love that you're part of, seeing the transformation from day 1 to day 30. Go ahead and hit subscribe on this YouTube channel. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, make sure you've hit subscribe. And if you want, leave a 5-star review. I love seeing the 5-star reviews and it helps people find this podcast. And when you subscribe and hit like on this video and comment, commit, it helps people to find more of my videos as well. And then by doing that, they can help themselves and learn, whether it's about business or manifestation or whatever the case may be. Okay. So welcome to my 30-day experiment. I hope, we see like a huge transformation by the end, and I better go. I will talk with you soon. Love you, mean it. Wish me luck for the next day. Bye. You've been listening to the Topless Manifester. Thanks for pushing play today. And if you notice that this episode hit home, then your next step is easy. Go grab my free 72-hour sales reset. It's right down there in the show notes. It's linked right there for you. And if you're ready to feel this shift in your body, then definitely snag my $7 breathwork activation today for magnetizing fuck yes clients to you. And hey, if you're a high-level entrepreneur ready for the VIP treatment, then DM me VIP on Instagram. It's Cassie McKenzie. And until next time, let's go topless.